Okay, we're gonna wait a moment for some more people to jump on in. Okay. All right, so tonight's a quick check-in session. This is not our official live stream. We didn't have one over the weekend. Actually, we haven't one over the past 2 weekends. So we'll try to make it up this week. Doing a quick announcement session now, and then we're going to do a light work session on Thursday, and then our standard live streams on Friday. But for those who are here, I'm going to get first dibs on what I'm about to share for tonight. So let me go ahead and let me get set up. Okay. All right, so just hit 1 if the audio and video is on point. Hit 1 if the audio and video is on point. If not, hit 2. Hit 1 or hit 2. Highly recommend it. All right. Okay, cool. All right, so we got enough people. We're gonna get it started. All right, so peace and shalom, family. Thank you for joining us on another KHM YouTube live stream with your host, DivineProspect. It's been a very interesting past 2 weeks. We made it through to this week to try and provide more content for the channel. Make sure y'all are continuously engaged, edified, equipped, educated, empowered, encouraged, etc. I appreciate all of the support and patronage and those reaching out, checking in and stuff like that. I appreciate y'all for that. Thank you so much. Everything's good. Just been extremely busy, taking care of a lot, trying to continue to make time to be consistent with the front-facing part of the ministry, which is getting on YouTube and, doing what we do on YouTube. I'm continuously active on Clubhouse and the ministry that we do behind the scenes. So a lot of that stuff is continuously ongoing despite my absence from the main screen right here. But I want to be able to give back to the community because of all that you have given to support this ministry. James Burton says, Divine, how long does it take to be a certified IT guy? It depends on what certifications you're referring to. Depends on what you want to do in IT. IT is a very broad field. There's tons of different niches and sub-niches and sectors within this industry. So when you say certification, it depends. You want to go into networking? Do you want to do solutions architecture? You want to do cloud-based server design and support? You want to be an analyst? Do you want to be an integration engineer? You want to be a developer? So it just depends on what you want to do in this industry. And I can tell you from there what certifications, if you're looking for, or what jobs that will help you break ground so you can start that path or that career in that industry. But definitely what you can do is just email me at kingdomharbinger@gmail.com. And, let me know what direction you want to go in, and then I can give you some pointers from there. All right. Hopefully that helps. Okay. All right. So where was we? Oh, okay. So let me go ahead and give a couple of shout outs. I know we was about to get started. I was just prepping you with some stuff. Let me give some shout outs so far. Shout out to the Black Carib in the building. 617, let's get it. Shalom, Arawan, Yasharala, Shalom, The Realness. Jacolia's Gem, Shalom, O'Shea White, Shalom, HaKodesh Management, Shalom, Yasun, Shalom, Andre Riverez, Shalom, Anonymous Hebrew, Shalom, Yirmiyahu, Dawid Ben Yochanan, Shalom, Naomi Z, Shalom. Let's see who else we have in the building. Chiquita Samuel, Shalom, Truth Seeker, Shalom, Kaya Houston, Shalom, James Burton, Shalom, Nisi's PC, shalom. Marcus Jarman, shalom. Let's see, Mariah, shalom. Yes. Data analytics is also a very fascinating industry. I actually work for a company currently, Fortune 500 company currently, and working with API integrations for a large database that clients can pull data from. So, that's definitely where it's at as well. Shout out to VFV in the building. Shalom, Scott Garrett Headley. Shalom. What's going on? Yes. So I don't know the brother James Burton, my brother Hakodesh Management. Hakodesh, plug your contact email in the chat so the brother can get in touch with you, and you can look out for him. All right. But yeah, James, I got you. No problem, my brother. All right. Shout out to Ariel, shalom. Bergen Paris, shalom. Dajara Gibson, shalom. Gami AMPME. I always mess up your name. My bad. Shalom. Thank you for joining us. All right. Cool. All right. You got enough people in here. You know the deal. As you're coming on in, hit the thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. If you're brand new, make sure you hit that notification bell, whether you're new or not, and make sure you get all notifications. Make sure you constantly are watching content on this channel so YouTube continue to keep our content front and center in your feed. When you join, make sure you share this video on all social media networks so everybody can get more exposed to the information that we share here on this channel. Shout out to Return of the King, shalom. Yeti, Ibri, Dre, shalom. Yes, that's why I'm going live tonight. That's why I'm going live Thursday, and that's why I'm going live on Friday. So you're right. That's the makeup for that time. And again, this is Tuesday night. People got to go to work tomorrow. I know I do as well, so I can't stay up with y'all all night. But I'm going to give you enough time to try and make up for that lack of time given the past 2 weeks. All right. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. So y'all said the audio and video is good. That's cool. Want to make sure that was on point. I think I see some flickering. That may be me. Maybe y'all see it too. So let me know if y'all see it as well. But maybe just the white balance. Trying to adjust from the camera, looking for the ambient light that's going on. So let me know if that's bothering y'all, if that's not an issue, whatever. But any quality issues in regards to video or audio, let me know. All right. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that I want to talk about on tonight is this demonetization thing. Now, I just wanted to give y'all a heads up. Even though YouTube has officially demonetized this channel, I'm not going nowhere. Okay. Unless this channel is deleted or suspended by YouTube, I will continuously be here. Right. I don't care about monetization. It helps, but we don't get a ton of our ministry resources, financial resources from monetization on this channel. All right. So I want to make sure that's clear, that you'll know. The amount of money that we probably make from this channel via monetization is anywhere from $300 to about $1,000, right? Depending upon what videos are trending and how many ads are being shown in it, et cetera, right? But we are pretty much in the middle of that, anywhere from $500 to $600 that we make a month in regards to that. That money that we make for that, we put it aside. So when people who are coming to the ministry asking for help, for financial assistance, or whatever, we give those funds to them, right? So the monetization we make off this channel comes from the super chats that y'all used to give in the chat, super stickers, the thanks. When you do super thanks, that means after a video has already been recorded, after it's been live, you can go back and hit the thanks button, super thanks button, because you was not live to do the super chat or the super stickers. And also by showing ads on our videos, right? So all of those things, account for the amount of money that we make. YouTube takes 30% off top, and we get 70% of that as far as monetization is concerned. So that little bit of money that we get from that, I put it aside. So anytime we get any requests for, bills to be paid, people are hungry, we doing some kind of outreach or assisting people on the street, that money goes to that. So pretty much what YouTube has done is they disabled that opportunity that we had through super chat, super stickers, super thanks, and ads that's running on our content to be given towards people who have a need, right? That's a totally separate, repository of funds that go towards that. Fortunately, though, even with that being the case, we have enough patrons to keep this channel going. We have enough people that donate monthly to keep the channel going. People purchase our products, our services, etc. So YouTube really, I mean, they're trying to make a dent, because one of the things with demonetization is if you have a lot of copyright strikes, if you have a lot of people reporting you for violating community policy or whatever the case may be, these various things, or if they just happen to run an algorithm to check your channel for particular sensitive matters and content that you may post, all of these things can contribute to you being demonetized. And demonetization is designed to keep you in line, designed to regulate you according to their strict community policies, which at times can be very ambiguous and very vague, right? And really not tell you the source of where this demonetization comes from so that you can rectify it, right? They give you some pointers and you got to figure it out from there. So I'm not 100% sure why the demonetization existed. They just gave me a lot of vague answers. Don't really know. However, they give you an opportunity to reapply after 30 days. And prior to those 30 days, if you're meeting all the criteria, which is having over 4,000 watch hours, having 1,000 subscribers or more, being able to stay in line and not get any issue and have any strikes against you in regards to community policies, then what will happen is they'll re-enable your monetization. But those things are designed to silence people who are too outspoken, people who abuse copyrights of other people's content, right? Or just people who talk about sensitive matters that the community as a whole may stumble across your video, don't like it, and they may not only thumb it down, but also report your video, right? So I'm saying this to y'all. What you can do is, in the event that this channel ever gets deleted or suspended, the thing that I would charge y'all to do from now going forward is to download all the videos on this channel. There's various free tools that allow you to do that. There's a free software application called Any Video Converter. You can download that, copy the URL or the link at the top, plug it into that the application, and you can download the video, right? Another one that I have is 4K Video Downloader. And that's another one that's something very similar. Again, you capture the URL, which is the link for the website or this particular video, any video on this channel, plug it in or add that URL in the application or paste it in the application, and then you can download the content. All right. So make sure you guys do that. Me personally, I'm also doing that to archive my content. I was doing that before. I think I stopped back in 2020. So anything from the end of 2020 to now, I have not archived yet, and I will. Just in any event that something happens to this channel, all that content will be backed up. So I'm giving you an opportunity that you can do this yourself, so you can archive our content in case something happens to this channel. Also, I would be more active on Vimeo. Vimeo is another space where you can upload content, and you can also do live streams, right? So I'm also going to go that route in regards to Vimeo. I actually posted a video on Vimeo that I added to the Patreon for a course, right? An academic course that we have posted on the Patreon that I think everybody in here should watch. It's extremely fascinating, very insightful, and you can kind of understand the direction that we approach the scriptures when it comes to this ministry, right? So that's very important. So again, make sure you guys are taking care of the content. Demonetization is not going to stop us. I did not come into this ministry on YouTube for money. That's not why I came on here. I came on here because I was given a charge and an obligation in order to speak to the people of Yah and prepare them for his arrival and prepare their arrival for him. Vice versa, it goes two ways, right? A harbinger is one that goes before a king or an army, make preparations for their arrival, their stay, herald their coming, and then when they come, the people can receive them. We have to be in a state or position where we can receive the kingdom of Yah, and a lot of our people, we're not in that condition. And in order for us to streamline and get people closer to what that vision is that Yah wants us to look like, so that he can receive us when he returns, and is the three things that we use for our tagline of culture, community, autonomy. And those three basic fundamentals are the things that hold the anchor down as to how we can get prepared for that. Now, in the process of that, I talk about a lot of different things that deal with dogma, things that deal in the realm of health as well. You know, when COVID-19 was really popping in 2020, 2021, we were very outspoken against that. I do a lot of activism, or what I call proactive activism, where you can go on this channel, see a plethora of different things that I've done in the community, where I physically put my life on the line to help people in our community, to capture footage, to intervene, and do a numerous amount of stuff, right? Because that's what we do as well. Because through activism, right, we can reach the interests of people who are not in this community. And then when they look further, or when they inspect further, they see what we're about, and then they come into the truth, right? That's the goal, right? A platform to bring people into the truth, into the knowledge of who they are, and be able to do something with that knowledge. And that purpose of doing something is being able to alleviate the societal ills of the community by implementing our Israelite cultural paradigm, which is embedded in the scriptures, right? Because that foundation is where your spirituality springs from. That fountain, it springs from that, right? So these reasons why I'm on here has nothing to do with monetization. Matter of fact, I have another channel on YouTube that recently I applied for monetization on, and then that channel will continue to bring in monetization for things that are personal. That's not why I'm here to do this, right? And no matter what YouTube does, it doesn't matter, because we have other avenues of revenue to support the ministry, so it's not going to hurt anything. But if you do want to give while you're watching this, you can no longer do super chats. You can no longer do super stickers. However, if you click on the link in the description below, there's plethora of ways that you can donate to the ministry, right? So feel free to do so. And this is a way for us to spite YouTube, because even though YouTube is still running ads on my content, it's crazy. They're still making money off of my content. So they demonetize me, and they say, no, we're not going to give you none of the money that we're making off of the content on your channel. They're still running ads on my channel. So my channel should be ad-free, but it's definitely not ad-free. So if you see the ads there, it's because YouTube is saying, we're still going to make money off your channel. So to spite them, I can say, you know what, forget YouTube, and I can just not be on YouTube at all. However, even though I have other avenues where I can produce content, the only good thing about YouTube is their base, right? They have billions of people on YouTube, which means that is an opportunity for us to reach tons of people and bring them into the truth. So that's the main reason why I still stay on YouTube, despite all the things that's going on, right? At the end of the day, like I said, the truth is going to get out there, and YouTube is not the only game in town, okay? So I just want to give you a heads up on that. Whatever they're doing is not going to discourage the truth that I'm bringing them across the airways. Matter of fact, I'm about to show you something about COVID-19 that I'm sure will get YouTube mad and get other people upset, but I don't care. It's the truth, okay? And I'm going to show you how we are providing a service to alleviate that societal ill in the community. You have two services that alleviate societal ill, and I'm going to explain that to y'all in 1 second. But the bottom line, at the end of the day, as long as there's other avenues for us to make money, YouTube, as long as you keep me on this channel, right? Guess what? We'll continue to share all the different ways that people who patronize this channel can support the ministry financially. So demonetization is not a big deal. I will reapply. We'll see what happens. And at the end of the day, if it get rejected, it doesn't matter. All right. So just wanted to let you know that, again, it was a bit discouraging knowing that those funds are going towards helping people in need. But you know what? We'll just siphon it out of other resources, financial resources that we have, and use that to help families in need. And I'm going to show you, despite them demonetizing us, we have a giveaway. So again, this is not the end of the road. Matter of fact, I'm smiling. I enjoy the persecution, because for them to persecute you, it means you're on the road to doing the right thing. So it's not bothering me. If anything, it's encouraging me to move forward. So thank you, YouTube. I appreciate y'all for that. But guess what? You're not going to stop this. You're not. So since we're talking about COVID-19, let me segue into that. I'm going to show you an article real quick, and then I'm going to show you the two services that we offer as a ministry in order for us to counteract this societal ill. And then from there, we're going to segue into the giveaway. We're going to talk about other things and do a last-minute Q&A before we sign off. All right? Let's go ahead and do that. Now, before we do that, let me give a couple of more shout-outs out there. All right? So let me see who else joined in. Shout out to Comedic Hebrew, Shalom. The Realness, Shalom. Naomi Z, there is one on Clubhouse as well. I set that up, but I don't know if it's actually working. So maybe you can tell me. If y'all can go to my Clubhouse profile, check it out. Let me know if that button is still there. I think Clubhouse also removed that for me as well. So I can't get donations through Clubhouse, but I don't know. Somebody will have to go to my my profile and take a look at that. So if you don't mind, sis, take a look at that for me. Let me know if they also removed it there, because I think they did remove it there, because I remember in the beginning when I had it, maybe for the first 9 months. After that, I don't know, maybe I was being reported or something like that. I'm not sure. I think I was. A lot of Christians was reporting me for no reason, just because I'm telling the truth. And I think that they removed that option from my profile. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Sister Dita Star. Love y'all. Shalom. Keith Williams, shalom. What's going on? Ernest Higgs, shalom. Micah Israel, shalom. John and Dorothy, shalom. Elcom Barlow, shalom. Yes, James Burton, I appreciate that. Yoel Ben Israel, shalom. My brother Jeremiah Hale. I think we had a meeting today at 3 p.m. I wasn't able to make it for that. I was caught on a meeting at work, my brother, so please reschedule. Look forward to speaking to you soon. All right. Shout out to Kyle Finding Powell. You said I sent the email request of the list of trespasses and their punishment. You presented this document in your office. Okay, I'll go back and check out that email and I'll get that over to you. Okay. Shout out to Bishop Marcial, Sister E in the building. What's going on, Sister E? Shalom. Let me see. Shout out to Gavin Miller. I see you. Shalom. Sham Schwan. Shalom. Shout out to Sister Santua. Yes, I got it, sis. I'm gonna take a look at it. I gotta make some suggestions, so a few edits, and I think we should be good to go. But I was gonna announce it on tonight's live, but we still have some behind the scenes stuff to work on. But I'm gonna bring that up in a moment so people can see what we're talking about. All right. Was the gospel compiled during the life of Yeshua as the Torah was compiled during Exodus? The Torah in its written form was not the way that we have it today, is not the way it was during the Exodus period. So same thing with what you call Yahusha or Yeshua. It's the same thing. So when you say compiled just means to put things together, right? Something's oral before it's written, and then after it's written over time, then things are put in what we called a codex or a book. They had scrolls back then, so that's how they would have operated. So shout out to Yasun, shalom, I see you. Okay, Nisi's Pieces in the building, shalom, sis, what's going on? All right, so let's go ahead and discuss this COVID thing real quick. Let me show you an article. All right, now, family, listen. I'm just showing y'all the truth. You can't get mad at me. I'm just the messenger, right? And I want to do this real quick. I was going to hold off on this until we got monetized again, but I'm just going to share it. Why not? So I have one article. I have about 6 or 7 of them. I'll try to have them by Freestyle Friday so I can show it to y'all. But let me start off with showing y'all this on the screen real quick, because I know Sister Lynette had asked about any updates in regards to COVID. So shout out to Gabar Banzabi in the building. Shalom, Black App. I see you. Shalom, Seal the Elect. Shalom. What's going on, King? All right, so let me go ahead and show this to you. And again, if they get mad, they get mad. I mean, at this point, we got nothing to lose, man. Facts. We got nothing to lose. All right, let me see. So, will they let me share this on here? I don't think they're gonna let me share on here. Man. Hold on one second, fam. Let me see. Yeah. All right, let me do this. I'm gonna do this. Hold on one second. Let me do this. I may not be able to do that. Oh, shoot. All right, hold on one second, y'all. Hold on one second. 1 second. So definitely need to share my screen. So just give me 1 second. All right. Yeah. I'm gonna show y'all this real quick. So, all right. So while that's getting set up, I am going to actually. I think it's done. All right. Cool. All right. Hold on, family. Give me 1 second. Okay, let's see. All right. Appreciate the donation so far. Appreciate that, family. Thank y'all so much. Again, if y'all do want to give, all the details is in the description below. All right. So, all right. I'm going to close out. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Okay. All right. Let me know if y'all see me on the screen. Hit 1 if you see me on the screen. Hit 1 if you see me on the screen. Shout out to Wide Awake and Zeph in the building. Shalom. Yes, my brother. That's what I was mentioning earlier, Ernest. I don't know if you was here, but I was not only saying that I was going to do it, but I also gave y'all an option in case y'all want to do it. So make sure y'all download any video converter or 4K video downloader, which is 2 free applications. Go to the top of the screen, copy the URL or the website link, paste it into one of those applications, and then you can download any video that's on this channel. All right. All right. You can see, you can hear. All right, cool. So let's go ahead. Let me go ahead and share my screen. All right. All right. So this was pulled from Science Direct, right? From Food and Chemical Toxicology, right? And this is innate immune suppression by SARS-CoV-2 mRNA vaccinations. The role of G quadruplexes, exosomes, and microRNAs. Okay. Right. It's from computer science and artificial intelligence laboratory, MIT and Cambridge, Massachusetts, Immersion Health, Portland, Research and Development, NASCO, AD, Biotechnology Lab, Department of Research and Development from Greece, and Truth of Health Foundation in Tucson, Arizona, USA. This is not no fringe article written by some John Doe on another site online. I told you about the crap method. We don't play games like that. This is legit, and I got tons more like this. I'm simply going to read you the abstract. I'm going to take the article. I'm going to throw the article on the Patreon so you can go ahead and check it out. But let's just read this abstract. I want to show you something, all right? And again, they can't get mad at me for just speaking the truth. I'm just reading what's here. I didn't make this up, okay? So if they really want a reason to demonetize me, right, which I don't see in the beginning there's any reason to do so. Maybe they might be so for this because I'm telling the truth. They may call this hate speech. I don't know. Let's read. The mRNA SARS-CoV-2 vaccines were brought to market in response to the public health crisis of COVID-19. The utilization of mRNA vaccines in the context of infectious disease has no precedent, meaning that they've never put one to market. Okay. The many alterations in the vaccine mRNA hide the mRNA from cellular defenses and promote a longer biological half-life and high production of spike protein. However, the immune response to the vaccine is very different from that to a SARS-CoV-2 infection. In this paper, we present evidence that vaccination induces a profound impairment in type 1 interferon signaling, which has diverse adverse consequences to human health. So what's interferon? So interferon is something that the body puts out in order to interfere with extracellular entities, right? Or antigens such as viruses, bacteria, let's say protozoan, etc., right? It says, which has the diverse adverse consequences of human health. Immune cells that have taken up the vaccine nanoparticles release into circulation large numbers of exosomes containing spike protein. So exo means outside. A zome is a vacuole in which something is contained in, right? So this is something that it creates within the cell, and then it buds it out of the cell the same way, almost very similar to how the SARS-CoV-2 virus actually functions, right? Containing the spike protein along with critical microRNAs that induce a signaling response in recipient cells at distant sites. That means away from the inoculation site. We also identify potential profound disturbances in regulatory control of protein synthesis and cancer surveillance. These disturbances potentially have a causal link to neurodegenerative diseases, myocarditis. You remember people that was having those heart palpitations and issues after they was getting vaccinated? Okay, immune thrombocytopenia, Bell's palsy, liver disease, impaired adaptive immunity, impaired DNA damage response, and tumorigenesis. We show evidence from the VAERS. This is the website that's created. So anytime that somebody is adversely affected by an inoculation or a vaccine, it's reported there. But guess what? Doctors don't tell patients to do that after they vaccinate. When you go to that Walmart and get your vaccinations, or that CVS and get your vaccinations, they don't say, hey, if you have any adverse effects, make sure you report it to this website, or tell your physician, have them report it to your website. Or if you do it with your primary care physician, they don't tell you, hey, look, if something happens, report it to this website. They don't tell you that. So there's not really best practices, especially when there's a pandemic. They're not pushing for people to do that. Nevertheless, people are still reporting it because in 2022, people are more aware. People are more likely to go online and do research, right? So they've pulled data from these databases to support their hypothesis. We believe a comprehensive risk-benefit assessment of the mRNA vaccines questions them as positive contributors to public health. So they're not saying they're against vaccines. They're just talking about this particular mRNA vaccine. Now, remember, Johnson & Johnson, they have a traditional vaccine for SARS-CoV-2, right? However, all the other players, Pfizer and the rest of them, BioNTech and all of them, guess what? They're using a completely different vaccine that has no precedent. And I've spoken about this way back in 2020, 2021, when all this information was coming out. At the end of 2020, going to 2021, when the vaccines was rushed to market, again, putting you in the clinical trial because they were never officially sanctioned by the FDA for wide public distribution. You see this? So now this information is coming out in 2022. People rush to get this vaccine at the end of 2020, all throughout 2021, and this year as well. People are still getting this vaccine, not reading these peer-reviewed articles that's critiquing these mRNA vaccines. Not only are they telling you to take 2 of them, right? You get 2 shots, but also get your boosters. And I got more articles that talk about getting all these vaccines and boosters is diminishing your immune response. It's causing a lot of other issues, myocarditis, neurodegenerative diseases, Bell's palsy, liver disease, because the body has to filter things through the liver. People's having liver issues because of COVID, but the vaccines exacerbated it. Impaired adaptive immunity, impaired DNA damage, and tumorigenesis. That means the development of cancerous tumors. Now, I didn't write this, but I got about 6 or 7 more for y'all. Wait till Friday comes. We're going to go through all of them. So let me tell you how KHM as a ministry is effective in dealing with these things, right? Everybody's not going to choose to be vaccinated. And again, if you're vaccinated, more power to you. I have no problem with anybody that gets vaccinated. I have a problem when you push vaccination on me. And I have more data on my side to tell you why I shouldn't get vaccinated. This we're showing right here, and there's also an article on the Lancet that I'm going to show you with y'all as well. This was actually shared on CNN and Fox. They shared this information. I was like, oh, but they did it at night. I don't think anybody caught it. But nevertheless, we're going to bring the truth out here. We don't play no games. So the 2 services that we offer is 2 things. Number one, now they were not now, but they've been forcing people to get the vaccine so you can go and work. People are losing their jobs because they were saying, no, I don't want to get vaccinated. Not because they're just on a hype train of, oh, I'm not going to get vaccinations and I'm scared of the government and the pharmaceutical industry. No. They have valid data showcasing why they should not do that. And experts in the field that speak out against it, and they get silenced or they get fact checked. And they have a healthy apprehension to not getting the vaccine. So what we've done is we created a service to help people to voice their First Amendment rights. So that way they're not forced to get the vaccine by their jobs. Remember that mandate that came by Biden? And then we had the Supreme Court that knocked that down and said they don't have the authority to do that. But guess what? People were already vaccinated. Mandatory vaccinations. We produced over 168 letters, taking people's faith and helping them express it in letter format so they can hand it to their job, 168 people kept their job without getting vaccinated. They agreed to be masked up. They agreed to social distance, right? And or work from home, right? They agreed to get tested regularly, right? And also they've agreed to take part of our natural path to Eden, natural path to health consultation service. So we give them, so everybody that gets the letter, they have to, as a mandate from the letter, they have to get a free consultation with Natural Path to Eden. So we can make sure that they're not going to be a public health risk for rejecting or denying or not accepting the vaccination. And they can continue to be we call law-abiding citizens and or a law-abiding employee at their job. So we helped 168 people keep their job. Now we wasn't able to help everybody. I think we had about maybe six or seven rejections, right? We helped with 2 appeals, so that helped. But there was 5 people that we just simply could not help, right? Unfortunately, we cannot help them. Fortunately enough, I think they found a way around it. I think 2 people went and got the vaccination anyway. The other 4, they found ways around it. But out of those 6, 7 people we could not help, you got to look at the 168 people that we did help. Those 168 people would have had to quit their job or get the vaccination. And now look, all this information coming out. See, when another 3 years pass, we're going to get more articles on this. Not in regards to the Johnson & Johnson traditional vaccines. We're talking about the mRNA vaccines. That's the one that I've been outspoken about, that I spoke against. There's no precedent for it prior. That's scary. That means all those years and years of research behind vaccines, it wasn't for mRNA vaccines. That's problematic. And now with the advent of monkeypox, they're going to push another wave of vaccinations. And this new wave of vaccinations is going to be something very similar that when we go back and we look at the research that happens years afterwards, we're going to see that, oh man, maybe I should not have done that. But again, a lot of people had to get it because either they would not be able to attend school, university, and or they won't be able to go to work. And these things are vital to your day-to-day life. This is serious. So we create these solutions so we can protect our community. So when YouTube tries to demonetize us and discourage us from coming on this platform as if we're doing this for money, we're doing this because we have an obligation before the Most High Yah to get this taken care of. And we're going to continue to produce things that alleviate the societal ills in our community. So if you want to patronize us, in the description below, there's a way that you can get a religious exemption letter for your employer, for university, as well as a natural path to Eden free health consultation, right? Well, we assess your situation, give you some pointers so you can have good health practices, right? This is what we've offered the community. So all praise to the Most High that was able to help tons of people. We got people on regimens, health regimens, keeping them healthy. And I have to say, the majority of people that signed up for the letter and the ones that follow through with their free health consultation have not contracted, or if they have contracted, have been asymptomatic in regards to what we call the COVID-19 disease. This is a disease, right, caused by the SARS-CoV-2 virus. So if you want to continue to patronize the ministry and you need a letter, we got you. We also have letters for London, City of London, City of Toronto, which then extends out to the UK and to Canada. So if you're in Canada or UK, we have letters for you as well for university and letters for your employer as well. Also, we've helped a lot of people in regards to travel as well. We were able to create, in a couple of instances, letters to help people so they can travel. Because some places people wasn't even allowed to leave the country because they didn't get the vaccine. So this is what we've done to help people. So YouTube, I have no beef with you. However, you demonetizing this channel is not going to stop this from coming across. Okay? There's those of us that's going to continue to lift up our voice like a trumpet. And there's nothing you could do to silence it. Any haters that's watching this, there's nothing you could do to silence this. You thought that was going to discourage me? You thought that was going to set me back? You thought I was going to be gone? Negative. If Yah's for us, who can be against us? Just wanted to put that out there. All right. So again, I'm just the messenger, and we have more information coming out soon. And when you see all the other data that I'm bringing out to you, all these other articles, you're gonna be like, oh, it's good. Trust me, it's gonna blow your mind. And again, this is not to scare those of you who did get the vaccine. I'm just making you aware that these are things that can possibly happen, or you may never suffer any of this. But those of you who are unvaccinated, who are very curious to know, wait, what is the data on this, and have held back until the data comes out, you're going to see that, okay, I held back for a reason. This article will be up. You can read it in all its glory. And when we present the other 6 or 7, and there's more out there. I'm just giving you about 7 or 8 of them. This is one. I'm giving you about 6 or 7 more, and you can read them for yourself. Okay. So there you go, YouTube, right? Hopefully you enjoy that. But to the people out there, if you need a religious exemption letter for COVID-19 vaccines, click the links in the description below, right? You need for your school, university, because the fall semester is about to start. Got y'all, right? We don't have one for K-12 yet. We're working on that, right? But if you need one for K-12, we're going to see if we can expedite that faster. But we don't have one for that yet. I will advise that if your child cannot go to school because of vaccinations, there's other options that you have available to you. You can email us at kingdomharbinger@gmail.com if you want some more insight into that, until we actually are able to develop a letter to coincide with that. But currently we don't have that. However, virtual homeschooling is also available, right? KHM, we're offering that service. We should have it very soon. The reason why I'm not announcing it right now is because there's some more internal things behind the scenes we got to take care of before I officially announce it. But that option is available and will be available for most of you who are going back to school this fall, if you want to sign your kids up for virtual homeschool for K-12. All right. So there's other options out there, other options that our community is producing, that if YouTube was to shut down this channel, right, nobody would know about this information. So this is a good reason to still stay on YouTube despite the persecution. All right. Now, let me give you some more good news. All right. On top of that. All right. Truth Seeker, thank you for that heads up. Did not know that. It's good to have eyes and ears in these YouTube streets, so that way I can get that information. He's asked to he reached out to me before, asked for dialogue. I've been put it on hold because until I catch up on some things personally, I'm not even going to engage in that type of stuff until maybe in the fall time. All right. So I'm gonna wait till the fall time, and then I'll bring the smoke. Whoever wants to smoke can get it. It's light. All right. And yes, Bishop Marcial, CUNY colleges have been giving us a difficulty, right? One of those rejections is from a CUNY college. It's crazy, man. New York, man, you got it the worst. California got it the second worst. You know what I'm saying? So I feel bad for my people. However, we've had some success in both states, right? The majority of our successes have been outside of those states, but those 2 states, it's very, very tight. Right now, California is locked down. Illinois is locked down because of monkeypox. We had a case out here of monkeypox, right? Again, they're going to be pushing those vaccinations next. And after monkeypox is over, they're going to give you another one. Then they're going to give you another one, like DJ Khaled, another one, and another one. They're going to keep hitting y'all with this until they fill your body up with so many vaccinations. 10 years from now, your entire health will be compromised with all these vaccinations. I'm not telling people don't get vaccinated. I'm just saying, you know, anytime you have some kind of novel vaccine, always be skeptical about it, especially when you don't have those years and years of research behind it. I'd be skeptical behind it. That's all I'm saying. Okay. All right. There's actually a film on this too. I'll share that with y'all another time, about people getting vaccinated over a period of time and they just turn into zombies, right? And I'm not saying you will if you got vaccinated. I'm just saying, like, this is what happens. And this is the problem. When you are pressured and you can't hold down, you get that vaccination against your will because you got to feed your family. You got to go to school and learn so that you can survive in this captivity. It's a shame. Then you got all these people that's policing these channels saying, oh, no, we got to get this channel shut down. They're helping too many people. They're making them critical thinkers. You can't have that. On the Patreon, we got all these books on health, culture, religion, the Bible, ancient areas, survival, all of that on the Patreon. We teach people to be critical thinkers, to be bibliophiles, to read, to educate themselves, and equip and arm themselves. I got books on there about what we call the medical industries malpractice towards people of color. Got whole books on the Patreon about this. Y'all can't stop this, man. You're either getting mad because your dogma's getting killed, or you want to champion these vaccines, these novel vaccines, on people who want to hold off until they get all the data before they make a conscientious decision. We bucking against that. And guess what? Y'all's on our side. Don't know what to tell y'all. Nevertheless. Oh, Keith, let me show y'all. Let me show you what I'm talking about real quick. Hold on. Let me show it to you. Let me show it to you. Check it out. I'm going to show it on the screen. As you know, I don't just say stuff, right? We bring receipts. Look at this. 3 states, including California, declare states of emergency over the monkeypox outbreak. You see this? New York, Illinois, and California, right? 3 states have declared states of emergency in an effort to ramp up their public health responses to the monkeypox outbreak, right? The governors of California and Illinois issued their declarations Monday as the number of confirmed monkeypox cases nationwide surpasses 5,800 based on CDC counts. They followed New York, which declared a state disaster emergency on Friday. Nearly every state in the U.S., with the exception of Montana and Wyoming, has reported at least one confirmed monkeypox case. The 3 states with emergency orders now in place are also the ones reporting the highest number of cases. Others that have higher case rates relative to their population, such as Georgia, are expanding testing and vaccinations, but have yet to announce similar statewide measures. Right? So there's your receipts on that. And it's only going to get worse. But you have options. As long as that Constitution is still in effect and that First Amendment is still in effect, you have options. Okay. All right. So when we say state of emergency, Keith, that doesn't mean it's a lockdown, right? State of emergency means they're ramping up vaccinations, testing, and public awareness. That's what it means. They're not locking nobody down like they did with COVID. It's not a pandemic yet, right? But it may be. It may be. And then after this is over, it's gonna be another one, and then another one. This is the natural order of things. This has been going on for hundreds of years. The flu has been around for millions of years. The flu has killed more people than COVID. The flu. But there's all some kind of agenda behind it. But I'm not going to talk more about that because YouTube might flag me. So we're going to fall back from that. All right. Yasharala House Alert in Jeremiah 4:22. For my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are sottish children, and they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge. Thank you for sharing this, my brother. Appreciate that. All right. So again, at the end of the day, KHM is here to help. And there's nothing that nobody or YouTube or any platform can do to silence us. We're not going nowhere. All right. Now, let's give some more good news. So we have some giveaways to do. So now that this is fall semester, we're doing back to school giveaways. All right. We're giving away a computer, right? Laptop to Patreon. So the next 5 signups that we get over the next week, if we get 5 more people to sign up, we're going to enter all of our patrons into a back to school laptop giveaway. Number 1. Number 2, we have another giveaway. And again, with those 5 signups, right, for Patreon, what we're going to do also is we're going to do a school supplies giveaway. So one person will be able to get school supplies for a child from K to 12, and we will pay for all your school supplies. So we're going to pay for all your school supplies, right? Somebody's going to win that, and somebody's going to win a computer, all right, a laptop. The laptop that we give is going to be from grades K to 5, or it can really be K to 8, right? K to 8, right? That giveaway is for, all right? So on Patreon, we're going to have that post on there this week. You'll be able to see that. However, right now, tonight, I'm going to do a giveaway. We're going to do another giveaway on Thursday for our light work session so people during the day can catch it. And we're going to do another giveaway for Friday, right? So we're going to do 4 back to school giveaways, or 2, or actually more. 1, 2 on Patreon, and 3 on 5 back to school giveaways, right? Where we give them their computers, buying supplies, and all of that, all right? So we're going to spike YouTube and all the haters out there by continuously taking care. We always take care of the community. It's not new, but we're going to do some more for back to school. So for tonight, for those of you on here tonight, somebody has the opportunity to win a laptop for their child, grades K to 8, tonight, right now. You'll also be able to win another laptop on Friday night. And when we go live on Thursday, whoever is online, then you will win a school supplies giveaway where we pay for all the school supplies for your child, grades K to 12. That will be on Thursday's giveaway. Friday's giveaway is another computer. Tonight's giveaway is a computer. And then on the Patreon, we're going to give away computer and pay for school supplies. So technically, if you're on the Patreon and you're watching now, you can actually win 3 times. You can win 3 times. So you have a chance, right? So if you're not signed up for the Patreon, sign up for the Patreon. I'm going to show you in a second. All the new stuff that we added on there. However, let's go and commence with tonight's laptop giveaway. All right. So let me pull up because I have this right now. Let me just pull this up real quick. All right, we're gonna do a giveaway tonight for a laptop. What we're giving out tonight is gonna be a Chromebook. We're gonna be giving away a Chromebook. All right, to a lucky winner on tonight. Right? Actually, the Chromebook. Yeah, we do the Chromebook because we got 2 laptops and a Chromebook. Okay, so let me go ahead and pull up the question. And haters, I hope you get more mad. Christian magicians, you can't stop this. All the haters and the people talking against our ministry, we enjoy it, man. Keep it coming. Appreciate y'all for that. Without y'all, we can't work as hard as we do. So we thank y'all for that. All right. So let me go ahead and pull this up right quick. All right. So I'm going to ask a question, right? And then we're going to get off in about 32 minutes. I'm going to close out. Soon. We're going to do a couple of Q&A. We're going to close out, right? Because it's late. All right. So what I'm going to do is ask a question, right? And the best answer wins. Okay. So I'm going to give y'all 10 seconds to get ready. And I'm going to ask a question. And the best answer wins. All right. Let me see who else is here in the building with us. Let me see who else is here. Shout out to Sister Amani Yisrael. Shalom. Brother Haram Adawan. Shalom. Daniel N. Shalom. WLF. Shalom. Israel. Shalom. Sister V Love. Shalom. Lataurus Harrison. Shalom, brother. Let's see. NA, Shalom. Let's see. Who else is in here? Stacks 2296, Shalom. Let's see. I think that's everybody. Marquise Mullen, Shalom. Sharon Hammond, Shalom. All right, so got 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. So according to what we teach on this channel, what is the best approach to unlocking the depth that's in the scriptures? What is one of the most common things that we mention on this channel that you must know, must understand, must be engulfed and entrenched in order for you to unlock the depths of the riches of the depth of riches that's in the text? All right. First person to answer that, get the best answer wins. And please only answer if you have children and are in need of a laptop for your child. Please. Only answer if you have a child that's in need. All right. Now, let me go ahead and look to see what's going on here. All right. So DB, he answered the question, but DB, you don't have a child. Your child's too young. You don't need the laptop and stuff yet. But let me see. Let me make sure I get all the answers. Let me see what y'all say. And please, if you don't have a child and you've answered, Be honest about that so we can give it to somebody that does have a child from ages K to 8. This is where this laptop is going. All right. All right. So let me see. Thank you, Tracy, for that. No problem. Because I was gonna say Tracy, but Tracy says they don't need it. DB said he doesn't need it. That's fine. I think the next person in line there, I see. Let me see. I see. What do I see? I see. Stacks actually got it. You got it, Stacks. Stacks got it. You got the answer. So Stacks, I'm gonna ask you a question, my brother. All right. Do you have a child in need of a laptop for this fall semester? If not, I gotta go to the next person that answered. Stacks answered. Let me know. He says, pass it off. Okay. Let me see. Who else answered the same as his? You already know he had the answer there. So let me see. I know DB. I already know. 617 said he ain't got no kids yet, so he's straight. This is for the kids, man. This is for the children. All right. So far, I don't see nobody else answered the question. The answer's there. Let me see if somebody responds. Shout out to Sean Carpenter in the building. Shalom, I see you. The answer's there. Let me see if somebody's gonna go ahead and answer that. No? Family, what's up? The answer's up there, yo. I just told y'all what the answer. Somebody answered it correctly. I'm gonna see if y'all paying attention. Y'all do want a trivia night? Okay, that's something I could probably cook up for y'all. I'll probably cook that up for y'all. I'll do like maybe 20 to 50 questions. Hopefully y'all studying. All right, let me see. Sharon Hammonds, you said pre-explicit and culture. Not sure what you mean by that. I think you was rushing to do that. But Kaya Houston, you be the next person to actually answer that correctly, grammatically. So congratulations, Sister Kaya Houston. Now, Sister Kaya Houston, I'm gonna ask you, do you have a child grades K to 8 that needs a laptop for school? Let me know. It might be Sister Sharon too. Sister Sharon, I think you meant to put the right thing, but grammatically it looked incorrect. But this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this. Sister Sharon Hammonds and Kaya, I'm going to send both of y'all a computer for your children. I'm going to do that. So what I want y'all to do is email us at kingdomharbinger@gmail.com. Send me your shipping information, right? Tell me the first name of your child, what grade they're in, right? So that we know, right, what grade they're in, first name of your child, right? So that way when we send the laptop to y'all, we want to give you a card to inspire your children to continue on in their education. All right. Big thanks to their parents who's in here looking out for them, right? Yes, Sister Santua, I got you. Got one especially for you. Already put the side. I got you. All right. You funny, Scott. So Sister Sharon and Sister Kaya Houston, y'all are on here a lot. I do appreciate y'all. So please email me a shipping address, your name and a shipping address, first name of your child, what grade they're in, right? And we want to be able to give them send them a little thank you card, right? So we're gonna send both of those out, right? 2 brand new laptops for both of y'all. Now, Thursday we have a light work session. I'm aiming to do it about 5:30, from 5:30 to 7. That's another opportunity you can get on so you can win school supplies for your child. It'll be another question, a little bit different from this one. And Friday, we're giving away another laptop. And then if you're on the Patreon, once we hit 5 new patrons, we're going to unlock 2 giveaways exclusively to Patreon, which is another computer giveaway and another school supply. So just so you know, these computers are brand new computers, right? I purchased them specifically for this. I've opened them up, powered them on, make sure that they worked, and I will include a card with each and every one of them that gets shipped out to y'all at my own expense. This is coming out of my pocket. I'm not taking this out of the ministry's pocket. This is coming out of my own personal pocket as a thank you to all of you out there who have been supporting this ministry and holding us down, even despite YouTube trying to discourage us by demonetization. It's not going nowhere. All praise to the Most High. All right. So no promises to Sharon. So again, I'm gonna tell y'all again. Email me your name, your mailing address, the name of your child, what grade they're in, right? So we can send you a card and a laptop for you, both of y'all. I'm gonna send it to y'all. Thursday, school supplies giveaway. Friday, another laptop giveaway, and Patreon, another laptop and school supplies giveaway. So that means we're giving away 1, 2, 3, 4 computers and 2 whole set of school supplies we're gonna pay. Or if you won and you've already purchased school supplies for your child, send us the receipt and we'll give you the money back. All right. Of course, sis. Of course, I got you. All praise to the Most High. You just happen to be at the right place at the right time, and that is just being in the truth. Y'all led you to this, so I'm so happy for you. All right. Okay. And again, family, if you want to continue to contribute or you want to give back for anything that we put out for these giveaways, it's totally up to you. You're not obligated to do so. But if you want to give back, our options are there. We have a Cash App, we have PayPal, we have a KHM ministry donation link that's in the chat, and we also have Patreon. So sign up for Patreon. And if those of you who are winning, if you're already on Patreon, you have another opportunity to win more. You can get 2 computers and additional school supply. So, all praise to the Most High. It's a lot that I could say, but let me give you a brief story. So back in 2015, 2016, I think it was 2016, we did a giveaway similar to this, and we paid for school supplies and we paid for a laptop. We bought a laptop and school supplies. Well, actually, I did it, right? Ministry didn't do it at that time. We wasn't as structured as we are now, but I purchased a laptop and school supplies, and I gave it to a parent. And again, I'm not going to say their name. And their child at that time, I think was in 10th grade or something like that. And the mother, for whatever reason, she had financial issues, so she couldn't afford to buy the school supplies at the time. Or the laptop, she happened to be at the right place at the right time. We hooked them up, and now that child is an honor student, and now they have a fast track to college, meaning full scholarship. The mother told me that was the year that she was going to move her child to another state that she didn't want to go live with her parents, because she simply couldn't afford to get him his uniform, school supplies, and his laptop, right? Because I think he was going to a charter school. And because we gave it to her for her son, who's now, this is what, 6 years ago? It's about over 6 years, almost 7 years ago. Now he's like 16, 17 years old now. And he has a full scholarship. Full scholarship. So it's the little things that people don't realize, that small pebble, no matter how small that pebble is, once it hits that pond, it will create a disturbance in the medium in which it was tossed in. The ripple effect will go. Always be mindful of what you say and what you do to anybody, because it will have a lasting impact. Anytime somebody has given you something, you pay it forward. And if you're able to, you can also pay it back. And that's what we want to continue to foster on this channel. Okay. With that being said, all right, let me show you what's on the Patreon. Then I'm going to tell you all about our 2 upcoming one product, one service that's coming soon. Very, very, very soon. We're closing in on them. So we'll have those available so you can see all the things that we're doing as a ministry to better our community. All right. So let's go take a look at the Patreon. Let's see what's on the Patreon. Hold on one second. Okay. All right. And let me show you what's going on here. Give me 1 second. All right. Okay. All right. All right. So let me go ahead and show y'all. So if you're not on the Patreon, again, this is the way you can support the ministry and receive something immediately in return. Let me show y'all what we got on there now. Let's see. Let me do this. Hold on. All right. Let me share my screen. All right. So y'all can see this is all the content that we have on there. So let me go ahead and add that up. Let's see what we're working with. We have 772 posts on Patreon. That's a lot of content, right? And what I noticed is that when there are gaps in us posting new content, people go back to the old content and still have not gone through all of it. There's so much content, right? But we have new content, book suggestion, Hidden Riches, a source book for the comparative study of the Hebrew Bible and the ancient Near East. Excellent resource. We have free access, the Bible in Light of the Ancient Near East, a Bar Ilan University course, which is a university that's in Israel. We give you that course on here that you can access, all right? And this is the one I was talking about. This is the course that you guys, everybody in here needs to take this course, okay? We have a book called Growing Up in Ancient Israel that you can take a look at from my library. All right, great examination. Look at the text and material culture and show how it relates to children so you can get insight into the perception of children in ancient Israel. All right. Also, a blog post that I made investigating the divine name of Yod He Wafe while interpreting Yod He Wafe as the causative verb Yahweh has difficulties because there's a lot of people in our community and in the scholarly community that think, I'm not going to say think, that posit that Yahweh, the Hefel, and this what we call the Hefel causative verb stem applied to Yod He Wafe, and it should be translated as Yahweh or interpreted as Yahweh. And there's difficulties with that. And in my blog, I bring that out with sources. Okay. Also, we have an article called The Skull-Crushing Seed of the Woman. Excellent article that goes back and looks at all the theories in regards to translating Genesis chapter 3, verse 16, right? 15 and 16 and on. All right. Invention of the first century synagogue. If you want to see scholarship revolving around the emergence of synagogues in the first century and several key sites that the text of the New Testament would have been referring to where individuals have gone. We have information on that. Here's an extra read so you can take a look at that. Also, per chance to dream, interpretation of dreams and how this form of divination influence various peoples in the ancient Near East, because dream interpretation as a form of divination is not exclusive to the scriptures. All right. Also, one called Inhabiting the Promised Land. This one is written by somebody that's looking at the archaeological record objectively and using that to juxtapose against the claims of the Bible, trying to see if there's a bridge, and if there is a disconnect, explain why it's there, and trying to use archaeology to explain certain things in the text that may not have sufficient enough explanation within, or I would say intertextually within itself, right? Great resource to take a look at that. I encourage you to look at that. One on the Hebrew Bible manuscripts, so it goes into the applied methods for textual criticism. Look at the millennium of various manuscripts that we have, texts, how they develop over time, textual variants, and all of that. This book goes into depth about that information. Also, the Westminster Dictionary of Theological Terms, second edition. Do not get caught lacking in these YouTube streets, in these Clubhouse streets, and these Facebook streets, and these Twitter streets, and these Instagram streets against these Christian apologists if you don't have this book, because they're going to throw all these terms out to try and go above your head to make them seem so smart. But I'm giving you a resource that breaks down all those key terms. We don't play games over here. And this is why the Christian magicians are mad at what we do over here. We don't care. It is what it is. We're going to keep bringing it out. We love y'all. That's why we're bringing out the truth. It's not out of hate. It's out of love. All right. And 750 more additional posts that you can go ahead and check out for yourself. So these are just some of the new things that I posted on Patreon. We're going to continue to post more and more content, whether it's my exclusive content that I've created or books and articles, tools, resources. Remember, you have courses. I just showed you an academic course we added to there. We have biblical languages courses on Hebrew, Aramaic, and Greek. We have one on Syriac as well. I think I have an Ugaritic one on there too. We have Concordance, and we have Logos that you can utilize as well as Bible study software. We have audio Bibles. You name it is on here. We have everything on here. Matter of fact, the pinned post, which is the first post on here, gives you a long laundry list itemized of all the various items that we have and resources that we have on the Patreon. I pinned it, made it the first post, so you can just jump right into it and click on anything. Go read my library of articles, books, go get the Bible applications and all of that, audio Bibles, DVD content, everything, right? So this is when you donate every month to keep this going, you get something back immediately. All right. So hopefully this helps. Okay. All right. So we got about 10, 15 minutes. We're about to close out. So y'all can definitely ask any questions you have. Shout out to Yala Med 77 in the building. Shalom. I see you. Marie Tobias, hopefully I'm saying that right. Caught you. Hopefully I said your name right. Apologize if I said it incorrectly. Diverse Mama, Shalom. Let me see. I think I got everybody. Okay. So 2 people won computers for the child today. Thursday is the school supplies giveaway. Friday is another laptop giveaway. Patreon, we're going to have a post for both a school supplies giveaway and a computer giveaway. Once we have 5 more people sign up to the Patreon, that will activate that, and we can do that. So please sign up as soon as possible if you want to support this ministry. You want to get access to all that content, some of which I already showed you. And then we have 51 more posts on the Patreon. That's going to take you a while to go through as we add more content on there. And again, everybody that has sent a PayPal donation, a KHM donation, and a Cash App donation since the course of this live stream, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Again, YouTube, you can't stop this. You can demonetize this channel, but the people are still going to give to support this channel because of all the resources that we make available, all the solutions that we provide, and all the information that we use to edify people and preparing them to be righteous so that they can receive Yah and Yah can receive them. All praise to the Most High. All right. All right. So any last questions? I don't know which one you're talking about in particular. I've seen some in the past, but I'll go back and check it out, see if this is the more recent, so I can comment on that. All right. So, brother Haram Adawan, what's your take on the 12 tribe chart? I do not subscribe to the 12 tribe chart. What about Hispanics and Native Indians? Are they Israelites? Yes, there are some groups that are, and there's some great data to support that. Matter of fact, I have a book that I showed y'all. Let me see if I have it over here with me. Right here. Here's one called Out from Hiding, Evidences of Sephardic Roots Among Latinos. Excellent book. Also look up Haplogroup X. All right. And there's various other things that showcases that there's a good argument for specific tribes and people groups in the Americas that can have some Israelite or Semitic ancestry. All right. So hopefully I answer your question, but I do not subscribe to the 12 tribe chart. I don't see its accuracy in regards to identifying specific people groups as being particular tribes, because various people groups have mixed and mingled amongst each other. So it's very difficult to say they come specifically from this tribe, from that tribe. However, through oral traditions, customs, through migration routes, etc., there are ways that we can pinpoint what tribes people come from. For example, my lineage will come from the lineage of Gad, right? And this is Gad by way of West and Central Africa, right? The Black Jews that lived in those regions, a lot of them told you orally what tribes they came from, right? So Gad is one of them. Zebulon is another one. And if we look into this a little further, there's ways that you can pinpoint that. I've shared videos on here in the past. I did a lecture on this in the past. I got an upcoming lecture that's coming out soon, a paid pay-per-view lecture, where I'm going to talk more in detail about all the primary sources. How do we know that we are Israelites and we got lineage and ancestry to ancient Israel or the people of that region? How those migration routes, we can trace them. Primary sources of Black Jews found amongst West Central Africa, the slave ports, the slave raiding habits, and so forth. We can go into all of that. All right. James Burton asked me, what do you think about William Lane Craig? I mean, he's a Christian apologist. He deals a lot with atheists. But I mean, that's not the type of stuff that I'm in. So I don't really care for him like that. I mean, I guess he's doing a good work for Christians, but it's not somebody that I really delve into as far as their work. I'm familiar with him. I used to watch him as a Christian, but I mean, there's other scholars and apologists that exist that I actually do like, and a lot of those individuals' books I have that you can read from my library on my Patreon. Okay. All right. All right. So let me see. Thank you, Sharon, for the email. I got you. No problem. All right, Sister Santua, thank you so much. I'll try to work on that tomorrow at work. No problem. Shout out to Roy, the chef in the building. Shalom. What's going on? Let's see. All right. Any other questions? All right. We got about 6-7 minutes left. All right. So diverse mama. Children participate in youth sports on the Shabbat day. All right. So the Shabbat day is rest from any kind of civil work. I mean, the work that you typically do to feed your family for sustenance. We see that beginning in Exodus chapter 16. And I brought out very succinctly that from sunrise to about when the sun waxes the hottest, when the manna would be melted, is when they would go out to gather the food or the manna. And during that period of time, on that seventh day, they were to rest from doing that work. From any preparation, anything should be done the day prior. So my thing is, the majority of that time on the Shabbat should be spent towards resting and towards worshiping Yah, reading, studying, catching up on stuff, and avoiding any kind of civil work or duties. Now, what about sports and activities for children? Well, what I will say is on the tail end of the Shabbat, that you can definitely do that. Again, that's totally up to your conviction between you and Yah. What I will say is that if you do happen to do that, as long as that does not dominate the day, as long as that that's not involved any transactional work or anything that will cause somebody to work or cause you to do some kind of civil work, then there is an allowance for that, right? You can develop your own halakha within your home in regards to that, but the majority of that day should be resting from your civil works and engaging in any kind of commerce, all right? So if you can avoid those things, but at the same time want to put in some youth sports, you can, but make sure that y'all understand what the Shabbat is about, and the focus should not be on the sport, should be on Yah, and if they do that, do that activity, that it should be a minimum amount of time given to it, because the devotion of that day should be towards their rest and towards their reflection, their refreshing, so they can prepare again. So on that Sunday and the rest of that week for all the work that is to come. All right. All right. So True Judah, yes. So in regards to Mount Ebal findings, because that paper has not been officially produced yet with the critiques and peer review, I have not spoken out on it yet. I'm waiting for that to be done before I give my take on those findings. All right. So hopefully that answers your question. All right. Anytime diverse mama. Yes, I know that's my sister Danisha and James. Shalom to y'all. Much love to your family. Okay. You said you emailed me, get back with you. Okay, I'll take a look at that, my brother. Shout out to Eliezer Amath. Shalom, my brother. Shalom. Are you the Eliezer that is on Clubhouse? Let me know, my brother. All right. Shout out to my brother Roy the Chef. Make sure you look up Roy the Chef on all streaming platforms, whether that's Apple Music, whether that's Amazon Music, whether that's YouTube Music, and download his album and his songs. A great artist that we have in our community. I also previewed, well, not previewed, but premiered one of his music videos on this channel. You can go back and check it out in the archives. A dope artist. Him and my brother Humble for y'all. Shout out to y'all. Keep pointing out that information, man. All right. Major, yes, not just logos, but also accordance. You get access to both when you join the Patreon. All those details is in the tiers of the Patreon. So yes, you do get access to both of them, and it's the paid versions of them, not the free versions. The paid versions just means I purchased it out of my own pocket. I'm continuously adding to those libraries, so you have access to what I have access to in regards to those Bible study applications. All right. Santawal, the answer was pre-exilic culture. So that was more specific, right? But the laptop we talked about will go towards Marquise, and that will cover the one that me and discussed will cover him. So don't worry about that. He's good. All right. Shout out to, again, Darker Days, Brighter Nights is Roy the Chef's music. So that's a plug to my brother right there. Much love to a great artist that we have in our community. All right. Keith Williams, I'm not sure what you're talking about. You said before Spain showed up on this land, Mexican people were black. You got to give me some evidence for that. When you say they were black, what do you mean they were black? They were black like the Congolese people. When you say black, what do you mean? Right? A lot of Mexicans that have African ancestry that are heavily melanated, right, came over on those transatlantic slave ships. However, the people groups that lived here, they were what we call a copper or a brown color, right? And that's because of the region in which they lived, right? So when you go from Mexico all the way down to South America, to where the equator is at, there's a different level of UV index, right? Where the UV is measured in those regions, which is much stronger, which means that will definitely cause people to have a darker hue in order for them to survive in those environments, right? But when you say black, I don't know what you mean by that, because it sounds like that you might be subscribing to a doctrine that we got to address. Okay, this is a very particular doctrine where that comes from that needs to be addressed, right? Involving having Afrocoid features when we see in statuettes and things of those lines. So we got to talk about that. All right. All right. Shout out to Aiden Elisha. Shalom. All right. True Judah. Shalom. So what's your opinion on Ron Wyatt? I think Ron Wyatt has a lot of quack information. However, the expeditions that he did in Northwest Arabia, and then the Caldwells who came behind him went and validated that information in that region. I think is great. The one he was talking about, all of these chariots that's in the sea, the so-called Red Sea, that's questionable. The fact that he said that they found Jesus's blood, that's definitely questionable. A lot of stuff that he put out is very quackish. However, the expeditions he did in Northwest Arabia and the place that we know today to be the real, what we will call, the Mount Sinai, that information he did there, I think that he uncovered a lot of great information and data in that region. And there's people that came behind that and validated that. But anything outside of that he has claimed to discovered, very skeptical on it, and I don't agree with that. So that's my position on him. All right. All right. So we got 6 more minutes. 6 more minutes, and we out. Anybody else? We got about 100 people in here. Anybody else? All right. So Santiago, that is what Keith Williams was positing about the Olmec heads, and that being proof that those people were people who were black, because of their wide noses and thick lips, right? So some some scholars, archaeologists, posit that that could have been an exaggeration of features for the sake of art. And some said that if that does also reflect some of those features that some of those people may have had, the so-called Olmecs, right? That does not mean that these were heavily melanated people because they had those features, right? Because those features or the genes for those features, right? What we call the genotype for the phenotype can be found in a myriad of various people groups, right? The Olmecs might have been just had an expression of those because of the genetic drift of individuals who was in that region and made it amongst each other and kept that trait going, right? But if what you're saying goes in connection with Keith Williams is saying, that's what I'm saying. When he says that they were black, just because you see those features does not necessarily mean those people were quote unquote black. And again, we would have to define black because if black has its origin from those who were dispersed in the Ma'afa or as a result of the transatlantic slave trade, right? If we consider those people to what we denote as black, then that would not cover those individuals that we see in the Olmec society. All right. So hopefully that answers your question. All right. All right. Let me see. So the Bible and me, you said, Divine, I heard someone, I don't know why the camera keep getting out of focus. Divine, I heard someone say that God only created 18 nations. Is that true? When you say God created it, Deuteronomy 22, verses 8 to 9, connects back to Psalms 82, which then connects back to Genesis chapter 10. Genesis chapter 10, these were the nations that were divided based on their language, based on their culture, based on their nation and their clan, right? So this is the definition of biblical ethnicity. So if that's what you're referring to, Genesis chapter 10, yes, but then out of that came other people groups and nations, right? That evolved from out of those people groups, right? So even though that is what would happen initially at that time, other subgroups have developed over time, right? And ethnogenesis of other people groups have developed since that time. All right. All right. Sharon, I'm not sure, but when you say these guys on IG, who's these guys? I'm not sure who these guys are. Send me a name or of a channel or something at something so I can go and research it. And then I could probably give you a better answer next time that we are live. All right. Yasa, no, I did not see your question. Shout out to Yochanan and Text Gaming. Shalom. Shout out to the Bible and me. Shalom. With the information that you have, do you think that your lineage is tied to the Israelites of the North? Yes, that's correct. The 10 tribes that ventured into West and Central Africa. All right. So they ventured first down the Nile and settled in what people call the Great Lakes region. We have Eldad Hadani that attests to that. And then we have migrations that came through Israel, Sudan, across to Chad. And from Chad, it splintered out across West Africa along the trans-Saharan trade lines or trade routes. But then we also had some that crossed the Abyssinian mountain ranges into the Congo over to Luango in West Central Africa, among the people groups of the Vili peoples in Luango, right? So there's various migrations of the northern tribes that have gone to various regions. We have primary sources on all of that. If you want to see those sources, we have them all on Patreon. It's going on Patreon, type in Black Jews, West Africa, and you'll be able to see those primary sources on that, all right? So, James Burton, no, I'm not 100% convinced by Ivan Van Sertima's info. Some of it that he put in his book about, so-called Africans coming over here first and creating the Olmec civilization. The consensus today does not agree with that, but just because the consensus doesn't agree with that does not mean that it's not true. I'm just saying from my research based on those claims that he made, I've watched tons of his lectures. I read the book in regards to that he made in regards to the Olmecs, etc. And I don't see the weight of the evidence on his side in regards to that. That's not taken away from Ivan Van Sertima. I love his other works that he's done. Great brother, very brilliant mind. However, I do not agree with his Olmec hypothesis. So that's my position. All right. Okay. Yeah, no problem, James. No problem, my brother. Anytime my brother Elcom, anytime my brother, I'm trying to help do the best I can. The Bible and me, I cannot break down Daniel 9:25-27 right now because that will take a lot of time. And we already about an hour and 30-minute mark. So I'm about to close out. I do have to go to work in the morning, family. I get up at like 7:30. So I do have to go to bed and get some rest. So I will stop here. Again, I'm venturing to go live for our light work session on Thursday around 5:30 p.m. So make sure you guys tune in from there. It's going to be another giveaway. We also be live about 10:30, 11 o'clock Friday night for our Free Stuff Friday, doing another laptop giveaway. And please sign up for the Patreon. The next 5 patrons that sign up is going to help unlock this giveaway, 2 giveaways, school supply giveaway, laptop giveaway for all of our patrons. And shout out to all of our patrons for all your diligent support, patronage, sacrifice to keep the ministry going. Shout out to everybody who's patronized our services, patronized our products. We appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Also, I have a shirt on. I'm going to show you my shirt that I have on. It's another shirt that you can get. It's called I'm Winning at Life. Hold on. Let me take this out. Let me show it to you. All right. Here's the cheat code, Deuteronomy 5:33, 28, 1-2, 30, and 16. Right? When you type that in, your covenant is unlocked and prosperity and longevity is activated. All right. So if you want to get one of these shirts, email us at kingdomharbinger@gmail.com. We'll send you a link. All right. You complete the link and we'll send a shirt out to you. Okay. All right. Yeah, son. Yes, I've heard of that, especially on Clubhouse. People keep positing that. So that's something we can address fully on another live stream. But I'm about to close out for tonight. All right. So Stacks, I'm ready for whenever you are. I got a couple of those apps on my cell phone. So let me know when you're ready, man. Shoot me a text. Let me know how to link up with you on one of those apps, and we can get busy. No problem. Shout out to my brother DJ James. Shalom. It's been a long time, King. How's everything going? Hopefully everything is good with you, my brother. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for coming back and showing support. Good brother right there. Aiden, what did you say? Earth computer grid theory. Yes, I've heard of that. Very fascinating. Again, I'll try to bring that out on the next live stream. So hopefully you can subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow us. Try to catch us on that Thursday or Friday. Please do that and ask me that question again, and I'll do my best to address it. All right. Shout out to Seal the Elect. Thank you so much for your support being here. Hebrew Polymath is all good. You can go back and watch the replay. But if you missed the giveaway, then definitely check us out on Thursday and Friday, right? Or sign up for the Patreon and get access to the giveaway there as well. All right. All right, fam. I'm about to close out. All right. We had a great session on today. Short, sweet, and concise. Again, we dealt with the demonetization by YouTube. We addressed the COVID-19 mRNA vaccine data that's now coming out in regards to the after effects of that. We told you guys about the services that we offer, Naturopathic Eden, which is the naturopathic health consultation services to make sure that you're healthy and fit so you can face whatever comes your way, whether it be SARS-CoV-2, whether it be monkeypox or whatever. We also have, will assist you with generating a religious exemption letter if you need it for both your employer or your university. All right. Also, if you need one for the Sabbath and feast days, need one for beard, locks, and fringes, we got you on that as well. All right. Also, if you need some assistance with getting your credit repaired, right, we have a service for that. It's in the link in the description below. Actually, email, which is jubileemaymission@gmail.com. If you want to support the ministry, we have Cash App, which is $DivineProspect. We have PayPal in there, our KHM donation link. We also have the Patreon. If you sign up for the Patreon, we're doing a giveaway there for school supplies and for a laptop for a child K-8. Thursday, we will be giving away school supplies or paying for school supplies or reimbursing you for school supplies if you win the next question on Thursday. Friday, we're giving away another laptop. So you have another opportunity to win a laptop there. And you can win a second laptop, not just being on YouTube, but also being on Patreon. And we're doing this to show YouTube that even though you demonetize that, we still have finances and resources, even if it comes out of my own pocket, to give back to the people for all their support. You can't stop this movement. This is of Yah. because I never woke up and say one day, I want to be a moray, I want to be a teacher, I want to be a leader. I never woke up to say that. And like I tell you all the time, sometimes I actually have to reconsider to say if I still want to do that, because there's a lot that comes with this territory. So I never asked for it, never decided to be in this position. Y'all put me here for a reason. Hopefully my existence has blessed others and has given opportunity to others so they can get further in this truth than I have. And I will continue to do what I can to support the community, because I love you guys. And anything that may be outstanding that I have not addressed yet, I apologize in advance for it, right? But please remind me via email and we'll get on top of it, all right? Whatever is outstanding that we may have owed you guys, or we may have discussed, or some kind of request that you have, please feel free to send it back to our Gmail so we can address it promptly, okay? All right. Can't stop, won't stop. Hallelujah. You already know, all right? All right, yeah, Asantwa, download this immediately. Like I told y'all before, in case they delete this channel, suspend this channel, because demonetization is a strike. It's a spanking, all right, to keep you in line, to keep you in check. Get any video converter, download the application, copy and paste the URL of whatever videos you like, download and save it. Do the same thing if you want to use another application called 4K Video Downloader. Another opportunity, you can do the same thing. You can copy and paste the link for these videos, download it and save it. Please archive all our content. We're going to be expanded out in Vimeo. So our live streams, we're going to try to place it on there, as well as our future uploads, etc. This fall, I'm getting back to doing lectures. All right, so stay tuned for that. And then before the end of the summer, we're trying to get our first episode of our reality show recorded, edited, and uploaded. So stay tuned for that as well. We're doing big things. And YouTube is not the end, the be all end all. All right. So again, I'm good. Just working on some stuff, taking care of business like I'm supposed to, right? Which is my obligation. And at the same time, I want to continue to take care of the community, because that's what y'all placed me here for. All right, family. So I love y'all. Peace to you as well, my brother Shadow Man. I see you. Peace. And anybody else I missed, I think I got it right. Jaslyn Berry, shalom, sis. I see you. And all right, I think that's everybody. Okay. So I love you, family. See you on the next live stream. Peace and shalom.